I'm sorry, but Trump's a straight up monster. He really took the T off of LGBT for government websites. Like, he went out of his way to attack transgenders. Like, that's insane. So my question is, does he have any supporters from the LGBTQ plus community as of now? Like, because I know he did. I know there's a lot of LGBT members of that community that support him and thought he was still supported him. But as of today, I can't imagine that you guys still support him. If he's attacking one of you guys, one of your members of the LGBTQ members of your community, like, he's coming after all y'all. You realize that? Like, that's he's starting with the transgenders, and then he's gonna make it so maybe gays can't, like, it. He'll bring that policy back where you have to keep it a secret pretty much in the military and stuff like that. Remember how that used to be a thing? You the no tell rule or whatever.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got another fascinating topic to talk about here today, guys, as liberals, they're still boo, whining, and crying over some of the actions of the Trump administration. And we got to talk about the latest thing that liberals are outraged about, the devastating changes that President Trump has made, right? Because the way some of these individuals are losing their minds right now, again, you would think that their rights have been taken away. Like, legitimately, their rights have been taken away, right? But that's not the case, okay? President Trump has decided that, you know what, he is going to strive for treating everybody equally, right? Which is what this country is supposed to do, right? We're supposed to treat people equally, regardless of your race, your sex, your skin color, whether or not you like your genitalia, who you like to sleep with, don't matter, right? You're supposed to be treated equally. And what that means is that we cannot be separating out people into these special identity groups, because at the end of the day, we're all Americans. And President Trump seems to be very serious about enforcing this, okay? And he's doing so by removing some of the content that is tailored towards these special groups on government websites. Like, for example, when it comes to the LGBTQ community, President Trump has decided to remove some content from the government websites that are tailored towards them. And in some cases, he's just straight up removing any TQI plus related content that is on these government websites altogether.
And as a part of President Trump's return, sweeping changes have been made to federal websites.
That includes the purge of LGBTQ plus content, and the sites, they already look different. This is what the Department of Health and Human Services website looked like last week, and that same page looks like this as of Friday at 5 o'clock. The orders to purge these sites came down from the Oval Office. The Trump administration wiping clean content from sites under the DHHS umbrella, which includes the Centers for Disease Control and National Institutes of Health.
Color me shocked, right? The president's attacking the LGBTQ community again. This is a war he started waging when he was campaigning, and now he's making good on promises he made to his base.
Emmy Zanotti with the Equality of Michigan Action Network says LGBTQ plus folks are already reeling with other executive orders targeting their community. Now this.
They try to wordsmith, they try to delete things, they try to, erase us essentially, but you can't do that, right? Trans people and LGBTQ people have been here since the beginning of time, right? And that's just evidenced by me standing here today.
As of Friday, unrelated LGBTQ plus content was taken down too, a tool the CDC uses to measure data on sexually transmitted infections, another to study natural disaster response, and there's no more access to tracking system on health-related behavior of high schoolers.
It's really disappointing to see. We're going to see how all of this continues to play out, and we're not going to issue any kind of knee-jerk reactions to the long-term impact until we know more.
So, Brandon, it's unclear if this is temporary or permanent. We did reach out to the CDC for comment. They did not get back with us in time for this story.
Yeah, this is something that a lot of people want to pay attention to, because you have a bunch of marginalized people who feared that this would happen if President Trump got into office, which has happened. So it's been a very turbulent couple weeks for certain groups in our country. Sure. So we'll see how this continues to unfold.
I am so disgusted with them trying to remove the T out of LGBT. What the? You will never erase trans people. No matter how hard you try. You'll never, ever, ever do it. It's truly sickening. Trans people are doing nothing except trying to live their lives. Leave them alone. Stop it. This is a crazy ass obsession. TDS actually stands for trans derangement syndrome. Because what the are y'all so obsessed with less than 1% of the population? How the are you guys so obsessed? Haven't you tortured them enough? Really, at this point? Trying to take away their ability to even use a restroom? Taking away their health care? And now you literally want to wipe them off the face of the earth? And even if y'all don't even give a about this community, you should give a that this man is spending all of this time, energy, resources, money, all of this to target 1% of the population. It makes no mother sense. It's insanity, especially when that man wears a wig every fucking day and wears more makeup than his wife. I'm sorry for kind of freaking out, but this is demonic. To any trans person watching this, I love you. I stand behind you. I will protect you. They will never erase y'all, and you know that. And I'm so fucking sorry. I'm so fucking sorry.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that. Okay, traumatic stuff, right? The president of the United States removed the TQI plus from the LGB, right? Terrible stuff, okay, apparently. Now, I haven't heard any rights that have been taken away yet, okay? But apparently you have some individuals that are looking to seek asylum in Canada or potentially move to a much more liberal state in order to survive because of what is currently happening with President Trump and his executive orders. That, again, by the way, I haven't heard any executive order, seen any executive order that actually takes away anybody's rights yet, right? I mean, but I'm being told that, terrible things are happening, right? For all of these so-called marginalized groups in this country. So without further ado, let's react to this individual who's going to break down in tears over how hard it is to live in Florida.
I think how could I have ever seen something like this coming? I mean, it's January 28th, 2025. And I've already known that I need to relocate from Florida to New York as a refuge for safety. It's so overwhelming. I don't know where to start.
Yeah, so, I think that it is important to try to provide some perspective for individuals like this, okay? Because I don't want to see these individuals in tears like this, right? And, I'm just saying, right? I'm not a part of this community, right? So, I don't really know what the big deal is. But regardless, as a third-party observer, right? As somebody that's observing what is happening, okay? I'm not in the LGBTQ community, but as an outsider, I'm not seeing where your rights are being taken away, right? I'm not sure what is there to cry about here. Florida is not unsafe for LGBTQ people, okay? In fact, I'm pretty sure there is a pretty big LGBTQ scene in Florida, particularly in Miami. So I don't know why you would think that it is unsafe to be LGBTQ in Florida. I just don't get it, right? I understand being butthurt by some of the changes that President Trump has made, but none of those changes in any way whatsoever has taken away any rights from anybody, period, okay? And that's not just talking about the LGBTQ community, black folks, Latinos. Like, it's not a right for illegal immigrants to be here in this country, okay? It's not a right to have discrimination in hiring to benefit mediocre people who can't get jobs in the private sector, right? It's not a right to have biological males compete against women in sports or girls in sports. That's not a right. Those things are not right, okay? They're special privileges that Democrats supported, okay? That's what they are. And those special privileges are being taken away. They're being taken away. So, now it's an even playing field. And most people should be happy with that. You should be happy that everybody is being treated equally. But again, apparently, that is a form of hate and bigotry, okay? And it's dangerous stuff, apparently.
Just uprooting your life like this, do you just go to New York and hope that the laws there protect you, not knowing what the government might do or make worse, the U.S. government, not New York? Or do you seek asylum in Canada?
I mean, I don't know if Canada is a great place to go right now, especially considering how it seems as if President Trump is going to slap some tariffs on them. I don't think Canada is a great place to go. I think what you should probably do is just live your life, right? Just live your life and do you.
So it's the 8th day of his presidency, and I can't really say that I have slept very well. Seeing other people and hearing about other people having, their documents confiscated and ICE going after these individuals because of who they are. And I'm trying to just, keep it, a level head and keep it cool, not be emotional about what's going on. Been looking at, the Rainbow Railroad which is a...
the Rainbow Railroad? Is that like the Underground Railroad? the Rainbow Railroad, what? Oh my God. Wow.
Charity that helps LGBT plus individuals who are seeking refuge to safer places. We're looking at, Canadian websites and the laws of how do you seek asylum there. And I keep going back and forth and it's just a lot. So I figured I would at least post a video to social media. Maybe there are other folks there who are going through the same situation. I'm sure they are. I know hundreds of trans folks, and I can only imagine the fear that that you are going through. I'm just, when is the right time to start moving? You want to play your cards right, but you also want to make sure that you can, afford it. So anything and everything is appreciated. If you could just comment on this video. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, it is what it is at this point. That's the honest to God truth. I mean, if you feel like that removing the LGBTQ content from government websites is an attack on your rights and you need to evacuate the country, hey, I don't know what else I'm supposed to say, right? I'm not entirely sure what to say in response to that. But, I just find it to be fascinating how all of these individuals are acting like it is the end of the world, okay? And I personally don't think that anybody's rights have been taken away. At the end of the day, this is what the American people voted for. And I think that people should get used to that. People should get used to not getting special recognition and special treatment based off their identity. Because I think that's what a whole lot of this stuff is about. It's about, we're not getting special treatment anymore. Oh, this is terrible. I got to evacuate. I got to leave. I got to go. Right. And it's just like, well, okay, all right, cool. Well, you obviously, you don't like equality, because that's what the president is trying to implement here, right? Is just equal treatment. Nobody is special or should get any other recognition over anybody else, right? Based off their identity. You get recognition based off your talent, meritocracy, what you contribute to the country, what you do for the country, what you do for your community, what you do for your neighbors, how much you contribute to society, positive that you contribute to society. That is what people should be seeking, okay, in regards to recognition, right? What people should be seeking is special rights and privileges and recognition based off identity, which has nothing to do with who you are at your core as an individual, right? Who you are at your core is, again, what you do for society and your country, okay? The positive impact that you have. And again, I think that's what President Trump is trying to enforce. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.